Gentlemen, please listen, take a heed. This is democracy manifest, that's the creed. I've done nothing wrong, can you not see? What is the charge you've laid on me? This bloke right here, he's done me wrong. Got me on the penis, stood there strong. Why did you go and do this deed? Is there a reason I need to heed? Eating a meal, a succulent feast. This is my crime, oh what a beast. Why do you charge me for what I feel? Is it wrong to enjoy a Chinese meal?
Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, which possess ears that one would use for, listening to the Succulent Chinese podcast. Oh, as always, my name is Will Bozarth, and to my right...
I don't know where I am on your screen. I know where I am on my screen.
Well, on his screen, we have...
T-Nerb.
Welcome to the Will and T-Nerb show, everybody.
Hey, it's Brent backwards. That's my character name in fucking Oblivion. That's my character name in a bunch of games that I play is fucking T-Nerb.
T-Nerb. More like T-Nerd, because you're trans.
My name is Brent? Fuck off. We've never acknowledged it before, but obviously it's the case. Will's not that talented. The theme song, you know what? If AI comes and kills us all, that was worth it.
Yeah.
That fucking theme song rules.
Hell yeah.
How much, because we have never acknowledged this, how much of the lyrics did you type into it? Like, did you write the whole set of lyrics for it? Or did you just give it some pretty decent prompts and it wrote everything?
I just prompted it. I believe the prompt was something like, make a happy country song about what was his name, Jack Rebney, or that's the Winnebago Man. Whatever the fuck this guy's name was.
What's the Winnebago Man? Is that the Into the Wild guy that like died in a camper out in the middle of the woods?
No, Winnebago Man. Did you ever see the outtakes from like a Winnebago sales commercial?
No,
the guy.
I didn't know Winnebago had commercials.
You got. Oh no.
Well, I guess that's getting added into the fucking podcast today that Will wasn't planning on fucking presenting. I have no idea what the fuck it is that you're talking about.
Oh my god. All right. Any way that you can open up one of your fancy schmancy browsers that you can hop on YouTube for?
Yeah. All right. What the fuck am I looking up? Winnebago faggotry?
Winnebago Man outtakes, I guess it would be. Like this guy kept fucking up the words that he needed to say in these commercials.
It's 7 minutes and 26 seconds. Not playing that, but there is a 27-second one that looks like it could be fucking hilarious. So we're gonna open it. We're gonna do this. Full screen it. We're going to go to present and share screen. I gotta pull the tab over there. Oh no, this is what we want right here.
Yeah.
Share.
Sunny.
No, where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. All right, add the stage.
Welcome to screen sharing with.
Oh, hold on. We have
Cast.
to do this.
Now
Yep. Stage. Oh, well, we're gonna remove that, and we're gonna add this to stage. And
All
we're
right.
gonna full screen this. And all right, here we go. Winnebago Man. Oh, would help if I clicked it on the actual screen.
Goddamn son of a bitch! What do you mean one? I'm gonna fall off the fucking thing. Just keep running. Bullshit. I'm gonna slate this fucker. All right, I haven't got time to mark this motherfucker. Here we go again. We can't hear anybody. Nobody can talk to anybody. Well, turn the fucking thing off, you dumbass. Man, I'd like to kick your fucking head in.
What the fuck?
So that's Jack Rebney, the Winnebago Man. So somebody
Give it time. That motherfucker needs to be Saint Jack Rebney.
Somebody tracked him down and made a documentary about the Winnebago Man. I don't know if it's still on Netflix or wherever, but you need to watch the documentary on that fucking guy.
That sounds amazing. I'm going to see if it's on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
And it's just called Winnebago Man?
That's it, Winnebago Man.
Winnebago.
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 Winnebago. Yeah,
Winnebago.
it's not on Netflix. Oh well.
That was like a fucking Tom Green show bit. Winnebago.
Winnebago.
I mean, for all I know, it might be free on YouTube at this point.
Oh no, I found it, but you have to rent it on YouTube. Oh well, I'll find it later.
Yeah.
No, actually, I did find it. We're going
There you
to save the playlist. Watch later. I will watch the fuck out of that. An hour and a half of angry Winnebago Man.
Yeah, and he's kind of like the American version of the Chinese democracy manifest. Chinese
democracy.
Fucking Axl Rose as a fucking brainworm, and then
wait.
Democracy
Did you
manifest.
say that you have Axl Rose as a brainworm? Calm down, RFK.
Welcome to the jungle.
We've got fun and games, but no vaccines.
We got anything you want.
No, we've got anything you want, but no vaccines.
Yeah.
There we go. Fuck yeah.
The White House. Welcome to the White House.
Fuck it, we're doing it live. Winnebago Man.
Winnebago Man.
That
You know,
means
I've never tried to do an RFK Jr. impression, but to my ears, I think it sounded okay, but I'm not sure.
it wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't terrible.
I'm no Kyle Dunnigan.
Dude, that fucking last episode of Kill Tony that he was on where he was RFK, because he did 2 on that episode. Didn't he do who was the other that he did on there? Because he did RFK because it was like the
Bill Maher?
New Year's Eve? Yeah, Bill Maher. That was it.
Mhm.
Dude, his Bill Maher was fucking great.
Spot
Holy
on.
shit.
And he does it a lot just out of spite because of Bill Maher being an asshole to him once.
Why has he told that story? Did he tell that story
Yeah.
to Kill Tony?
He's told the story on other podcasts and stuff, so it's out there.
Okay.
Like
He
it was just
a
a
dick to him, and fucking Dunnigan's
Yeah,
like, okay, I'm funnier than you are.
he was a dick to him once, and that's all it took. Which I totally understand.
It's like the Hatfields and McCoys, like 300 years ago. One stole the other's Twinkie, and it's been game on since then.
Like, I understand. I mean, fucking Stephen King was a dickhead to me once. That's all it took. Fuck that guy.
Samuel L. Jackson was a dickhead to you once.
Yeah, but he's fucking cool.
Yeah. I ain't signing it.
I ain't writing shit. You just gonna sell it to somebody with the same name. You whine like a little girl.
Did he tell you that? I don't remember that part. I knew about that. You're going to
Yeah.
sell it to somebody with the same name. I didn't know he told you that you whine like a little girl.
That's what he said. Right, that's what he said right before he took it from me and scribbled his name and said, "Good luck telling anybody that's my signature."
That's fucking awesome. When you croak, I want that signature because I know it's legit, just no one else will.
Yeah, it's the worst looking Samuel L. Jackson. like the S and the J might pass, but everything else is just fucking Michael. It might as well be Michael J. Fox signed by Pulp Fiction.
Is it on a playbill from that show, or was it on something else?
I got him to sign my Pulp Fiction DVD insert.
That's right, because he would sign playbills, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's fucking
yeah.
hilarious.
But he signed fucking Pulp Fiction and Snakes on the Plane, whatever posters for the people on the other side of the barricades. And then
Because they were retarded.
I mean, that's one word you could use to call them.
Theater goers retarded, same thing.
Not the same word I was thinking of, but
Well, you talking about Snap again? God damn it! Like I just need Jim and Anthony to just do a show together all the time, and
you got to watch and or listen to that full Memorial Day episode.
The one that I watched from the first time that they did it when E-Rock was in the studio, I was belly laughing at work. For those of you, like, obviously this is just a conversation between Will and I that you guys are listening to. Anthony Cumia is now back on terrestrial radio, doing a ABC affiliate out of New York, AM radio.
And it's syndicated across the country.
Doing it syndicated across the country. It's on Sunday evenings Eastern time, like I think 7 to 9 or something like that, 7 to 10, whatever it is.
I think it's 8 to 11.
Okay, so it's 7 my time then. Okay, I thought it was Eastern time that it was doing it in. But and he's starting to have Jim Norton on more and more, which Jim Norton was an integral part of the Opie and Anthony show back in the day. And so they got rid of the third wheel who sucks, and now it's just the funny ones.
Yeah,
so that's fucking great. I love both of those guys, so I will definitely watch that. I'm a little behind on stuff right now. I haven't started this week's Kill Tony yet.
I need to watch that because dude, fucking Carrot Top is awesome. So
I've been listening
to watching that.
I've been listening to I was listening to Lex Friedman earlier. He had a historian on talking about World War II, and that was pretty interesting. But you know, it's 4 hours of Lex droning on. But then over the last couple hours, I've been listening to Dave Mustaine on the Sean Ryan show. Sean Ryan's like a former Navy SEAL and CIA contractor who just has interesting people on his show.
Lives in the Baja.
He's got a Navy SEAL.
Thank you for your service.
I love Jesse Ventura, but he was not a SEAL. Now, he was more of a SEAL than I'll ever be, but he wasn't a SEAL.
More like a jackass.
But yeah, so I like Dave a lot, and Dave tells some great stories and stuff, but Dave was he's a bit on his bullshit because he can't even get his own story straight. He's kind of like Hulk Hogan in that regard, but not blatantly lying like Hogan does. So he was talking about how they did this show in Israel in 2005, and they were going to play the show, but he like told his manager he wanted to go on the promoter's website and see what Megadeth looks like in Hebrew. So he went on there and he sees this other band and he's like, oh, who's that? And it wound up being Dissection. And it was Dissection. Oh. It was Dissection and Rotting Christ on this bill.
And he got them kicked off the fucking festival.
Yeah, Dave claims in past interviews that he didn't ask for them to be kicked off the festival. He just simply said, I don't want to share a stage with these guys. I'm out. And the promoters honestly made the right call by kicking off two smaller bands versus having to refund a lot more money with kicking off one of the headliners. I understand why the promoter did it. It sucks that the promoter was put in that position. But Dave was saying on Sean Ryan that there was a band there called Deicide. Not Deicide. I thought he was talking about Deicide for a moment. And I was like, well, I remember this with Rotting Christ. I'd forgotten about Dissection. I had to go back and look it up. But he was talking about, this guy in this band called Deicide, and apparently he had killed 2 people before and told Dave that he was his mortal enemy because he's a Satanist and Dave's not, and all this stuff. And Dave's like, hey, cool it, man. I'll beat the shit out of you, or whatever the fuck it was. But it wasn't Deicide, and because he was just like, yeah, the guy's dead now. He died of suicide. And I was like, well, Glenn Benton didn't kill himself. He's still very much alive. So, and Takis from Garden Christ is still around. So what the fuck? And so I look it up and it's deicide. And I was like, oh, he's got his fucking stories mixed up.
Yeah,
Or
because
he's making
John
stuff.
John from Dissection was the one that killed himself,
Yeah, John Novoselic.
not Nodvite.
Yeah, went out in the fucking woods and just said, fuck it. I'm not, oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That
Nope.
was the lead singer of Windeer that died in the woods walking to or from his parents' home on Christmas Day in Norway and froze to death. But did John kill himself in the woods? I know he killed himself, but was it in the
No.
woods?
In the circle of candles with the satanic Bible with him,
Okay.
like he did it. Well, I mean,
Very
obviously,
ritualistically.
yeah, like obviously he did it on purpose, but
Right.
he did it with purpose.
Well, didn't
So
he
that's
say
fucking,
too, like the reason why he did it is because he thought Ryan Chaos was like the high water mark of their career, that they were never going to be able to do any better, and he wanted to go out on a high end or on a high on a high point or at a high point.
well, he said that he accomplished pretty much anything that he possibly could in his life, and he's happy with that being it. And I guess he wanted to do the two shows. Dissection had two shows scheduled in the U.S., one in New York at BB King's, which I had a VIP meet and greet ticket for, and one in L.A. And after his visa was denied because of his past crimes, and he couldn't get into the country to play these shows, that's around the time that he did that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, that sucks. You didn't get to meet him.
Yeah, and I heard a weird dude. I don't know who I heard this from. I don't know why I heard this, but it's I kind of forgot about it up until this conversation came back up. I had heard from somebody over the many years since then that John was actually planning on doing it on stage in New York.
Whoa.
I don't
Now,
remember.
what show was first, LA or New York?
It would have had to have been LA.
Huh. That's insane. I mean, it's sort of like Don Decker dropping his pants that time and shitting on stage at Station 4. I mean, it would have looked the same.
Dude, I wish I could remember where I heard that from.
Huh.
I don't know.
That's wild. Have there been any musicians to kill themselves? I know there's plenty of musicians that have died on stage, but have there been any to actually kill themselves on stage on purpose? You're our celebrity death correspondent. Can you think of anyone? I'm surprised one of these black metal guys hasn't yet.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, there have been people that have died on stage, like whether like a dime bag situation where they die by murder
together, or a heart attack, or
yeah, but nothing like Nick Menza.
Wait, Nick Menza died on stage?
I believe
that's correct.
I mean, he had the heart attack while playing.
Well, death. Let's see. Nick Menza.
Yeah. 3 songs into the set, Menza collapsed on stage. He was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival.
Holy shit.
So essentially, yeah, he died on stage.
I didn't know that. I knew, obviously, I knew he died. I didn't know he died on stage.
Yep.
Fuck.
But yeah, as far as dying on purpose on stage, I don't think it's ever. I mean, there might have been at some point, but nothing like from anybody that was worth a shit.
Yeah, I'm surprised like a G.G. Allen or somebody like that didn't do it, or one of these, like the fucking, lead guy from Silencer or some shit like that. Like, oh, I mean,
Speaking of
he would be doing everybody in the rest of the set a favor. But
speaking of G.G. Allen dying, did you ever see that video that was shot like essentially his last day?
No, I've seen the death photos in the casket and such, but
it's
his last day.
Fucking fascinating. So the Murder Junkies, or whatever the fuck their name was, they had a show at a club that was built into like what was formerly a gas station garage or something like that. Fucking weird. I don't know.
Your normal punk venue that or a
Yeah.
basement.
Yeah. And so like the first or second song into the Murder Junkies set, Gigi does something that like makes the owner say, fuck this shit. The show is canceled. You're
What? So
done.
he played a Gigi Allen set?
I don't remember the exact circumstances for why the show got canceled while it was happening, but it pretty much started like a riot. People were throwing shit all over the place, and then like somebody was recording this on their camcorder, and Gigi was walking through the streets of New York covered in shit, and like fans are like trying to kick his ass. Like it's a mob chasing Frankenstein's monster pretty much. And like that's the night that he died. So it's like it's following Gigi shit covered and dirty and bloody, walking back to his apartment or his friend's apartment where he was eventually found dead the next morning.
Huh.
Crazy. Yeah, the video's on YouTube. I think it's like 45 minutes long.
Jesus, I'll have to find that. He's always been a fascinating character to me. Musically, I can't fucking stand it. I hate everything about it. But just I don't know, that kind of attitude. It was just like, all right. I mean, this guy was his own person and certainly didn't put up with anybody's bullshit, and made everyone put up with his, or they could fucking leave.
Yeah, music like that, I don't think is designed to listen back to. I don't
It's
think
completely to buck the system.
I don't think it's designed to be like purchased and listened to with headphones or in the car or something. It's something that you have to witness live in your face to have any kind of meaning or whatever. Like who the fuck? Why would you listen to Gigi Allen?
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
So, buddy,
So
since last we were on here, you had, I don't think I'm overselling this so much, a life-altering experience, a core memory in your late 30s that will most likely never be duplicated again.
yeah.
I mean, God damn it, son. It's something that I only aspire to be able to do, and I would lose my mind, and I wouldn't lose my mind half as much as you did, and I would lose my fucking mind. So why don't you tell us what fucking happened to you this last weekend, buddy?
Okay, I'm gonna start up this video, and I'll explain. It'll explain itself. Hold on. All right. So, Metallica, one of my favorite bands ever. About a year and change ago, announced that they were doing another leg of their North American M72 World Tour. But this time on Friday, the openers would be Ice Nine Kills and Limp Bizkit, and the Sunday night would be Suicidal Tendencies and Pantera.
That's the same. Oh, wait, no. Who was the other band that wasn't Limp Bizkit last time? It was Ice Nine Kills
and Five Finger Fart Box.
Oh, that's right. And then Pantera and Mammoth, Wolfgang's band.
Yeah.
Okay. Suicidal Tendencies, dude. Fuck yeah. Did you make it there for them?
I was drinking out in the parking lot.
Ah, fuck off. All right.
Yep.
Anyway, continue your story.
Yeah. So Metallica has had a Metallica fan club, the Met Club, for decades and decades and decades. And it used to be a paid subscription thing where it's like $40 a year. You get a membership card, you get access to like potential, you can like win meet and greets for shows that you're going to. You can win merchandise. You get the So What magazine mailed to you. Really cool. So they stopped charging around like 2005 or something like that. And, or maybe it was like 2007. Anyway, so anybody that had been a paid member up to that point would be turned into a legacy member. So that's why this next thing. Hold on. There you go. So I've been what's now called a fifth member since December 9th, 2001. And when they announced that you have the option to try to win snake pit tickets, which is that the hole in the donut on the donut stage, or meet and greets. I didn't win the meet and greets, but for the Friday of Metallica weekend, I won 2 snake pit tickets, and those
And
are worth like $1,000 a piece.
to make that clear, the meet and greet, it's just with Kirk and Rob, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Does
you have
Lars? I know James doesn't take part, but does
yeah,
Lars?
yeah. You have the potential to meet all of them except James, but it's usually 2. It's either Rob and Kirk or Rob and Lars.
Okay.
So you're guaranteed to meet Rob.
So anyway, snake pit.
Yeah.
$1,000 a pop.
I won the snake. So I shot a little video to show everybody what you have to do in order to get into the snake pit and to get a better idea of what it looks like when you're in it.
Now, were you able to shoot this video because the pores were under you, carrying you in the pharaoh type chamber with the sticks, and they're wearing various head garbs and chanting? Is that how this works for you being carried through the pores?
Yeah, exactly. That's it's actually a bunch of extremely poor, inebriated midgets that have to carry you down into the snake pit. So as you see when you're down there, you have a 360-degree view. At any point, you would see somebody. Like here's James Hetfield, 3 feet in front of my fucking face.
And like the snake pit looks bigger from down there than it does, because like I was up in the 200 section or whatever when I saw them, and the snake pit looks smaller from up there, but down there, I mean, there's a pretty good amount of people in there. There's got to be fucking, what would you say, how many people are in the snake pit? 150 maybe?
I don't know. I mean, I read somewhere that like the capacity for the snake pit is like 800.
No way.
I don't
Station
know.
4's capacity was 567, or not to say we didn't have 800 people in there.
I don't know. But I mean, we could get around there very comfortably. And
Dude, 800. If they could put 800 people in there, that's almost $1 million in ticket sales just in the snake pit.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. They really are Deathlock.
So here's James staring at me as I'm taking a picture of him. I was like, oh, yeah. Like, when else are you going to be able to get that close to Metallica?
And comfortably, like not being pushed up against a rail. Wow. I think we're gonna have to talk over the top of this a little bit. Not that we're getting monetized, but that's fucking.
Yeah, like when else are you gonna see Master of Puppets played right in front of your face like that? And of course, got 2 guitar picks. Catherine managed to get a Hetfield pick that Hetfield had thrown, whereas the one that I got, which was a Lux Aeterna pick, was one that either Kirk or Rob tossed out of a giant cup filled with picks into the audience. So the one that she got's a little bit cooler. And here's the other side.
Now, when he threw it, had he played with it, or was it just off the mic stand?
Off the mic stand. Yeah. Off the mic stand. So for the Sunday, this was my view. It was
did you have to help
different.
As your asking price for being able to be in the snake pit? Did you have to help carry the Sunday night snake pit people down through the pores?
Yeah. I actually had to start from the very, very top of the building because there was a helicopter pad up there that would bring the rich people in, and then I had to carry them piggyback style all the way down, and I wasn't allowed to use any of the elevators.
Just reminds me of that fucking Chappelle Show skit when fucking Diddy's riding on his shoulders and it's just like, "Giddy up!"
And oddly realistic now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, oh, how topical that was 20 fucking years ago.
And now here we have Shoeless Phil
I was about
and
to say,
Charlie.
she was fucking Joe Jackson.
Yeah. Getting darker. Here comes Metallica.
Were you looking? Were you looking at this? Were you looking at all the people around you going, "I used to be one of them," pointing down at the snake pit like in fucking the beginning of Sabotage Streets when DT Jesus is like, "I used to be one of you. I was successful."
Shit's hilarious. Oh, and I paused it on a good spot because here you have James Hetfield smoking a cigar while they play Call of Cthulhu. So there he is on the big screen. Where's my car? So of course, as soon as they started playing Enter Sandman, we knew that would be the last song on Sunday. So we got the fuck out of there. It took like an hour to get out of the parking lot on Friday, so we knew better. We made a swift exit.
This is Friday there. So
Yeah.
what was the Kirk and Rob doodle? Anything in particular, or were they just jamming?
Dude, I don't remember what it was, but it was awful.
Well, I was going to say, I don't remember if we had this conversation on the podcast, if we had started back up yet or not, or if we were still doing the Bastard Cast at the time, or if it was just a private conversation between you and I. But you have a theory that they're playing awfully on purpose.
I mean, it's very possible. It has to be.
Because I mean, what did they play? I want to say they played like a Rush song. What song did they play when I saw them live? I don't remember what it was, but I was just like, "Oh Jesus, this is terrible." And I don't remember what it was. And you were cackling, and you're like, "Dude, they do that shit on purpose." And I'm like, "Really? Why? Like, why do Lars and fucking James let them do it?"
No, I don't know, man. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Okay, no, Friday. So they didn't list everything that they doodled with because how the fuck would anybody be able to figure out what that is? But I forgot that they did do a little jam on "To Live Is to Die" during that doodle. But the terribleness of the overall doodle made me forget that. The doodle on Sunday night had a little bit of Philadelphia Freedom and Disposable Heroes, which at that point you have two of the members playing Disposable Heroes. Come on, just play Disposable Heroes.
Yeah, I'd lose my shit if I heard Disposable Heroes.
Come on, guys, do it. Yeah, so Friday we had Creeping Death, Harvester of Sorrow, Holier Than Thou, King Nothing, 72 Seasons, If Darkness Had a Sun, fucking shit ass doodle, The Day That Never Comes. All right, so I was down in the pit for that, and when I got into the pit, I knew that James uses.
I'm so mad that fucking tour's not coming here. I'm so fucking mad. Anyways,
so I know that James uses like a teleprompter for lyrics. So I knew that the teleprompters would already be set up around the stage. So I found one and I planted myself in front of there because I knew there would be a microphone. And at some point, since James uses all the microphones around the stage,
he'd be in front of you.
Exactly. So when he started to sing in front of us, It was during The Day That Never Comes. And they were in front of us until Nothing Else Matters, which sucks because that's Catherine's favorite song. I was like, oh, watch us get Nothing Else Matters, and James is singing right in front of you. Nope, that was the next one. Sad But True, Fight Fire with Fire, which surprised me because I thought they were going to use the pyro during Fight Fire with Fire. They didn't. They used it
Their
for
eyebrows thank them.
They used it for Fuel, which I hate. I don't like this song. Don't like it. I'm a big fan of the Load album.
Ugh, I hated it then. I hate it now.
Big fan of Memory Remains,
Nah.
Unforgiven 2,
Eh.
Low Man's Lyric.
Meh. Just
Eh.
from that era, fucking I Disappear
Yeah.
and everything else can suck my
No.
balls.
I Disappear is not from that era.
It's from that era.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
That was from the S&M era.
I consider that era to be everything after the Black Album, before Death Magnetic.
Yay.
Except for S&M and Garage Inc. Because they're islands unto themselves.
Fine. Fair. Fuel, Seek and Destroy, Master of Puppets, and then the next day's set list: Whiplash, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Ride the Lightning.
We got Whiplash here, and that was so good.
Mm-hmm.
I love that fucking riff. That riff is so good.
For Whom the Bell Tolls, Ride the Lightning, which, like, I like these songs.
Yeah.
But I've seen them every single time. Memory Remains, Lux Eterna, Screaming Suicide.
Fucking Lux Eterna is the best goddamn song they've written in 25 years.
And
at least 35.
I was anticipating seeing Inamorata live, and they pulled it out to replace it with Whiskey in the Jar. That is what they did. Instead of Inamorata, they played
How
Whiskey.
do you know that they substituted that?
Because
or are you just guessing?
They hadn't done Whiskey in the Jar yet this year.
Well, how do you know that they pulled out Inamorata? They could have fucking pulled out goddamn Wherever I May Roam. Oh no, it's there.
It's right there.
They could have pulled out Don't Tread on Me.
No, they rarely play that one. So in the Don't Tread on Me spot would have been the previous day when they played not Through the Never whatever the fuck song they played. Whatever that was. Anyway, so blah blah blah. Call of Cthulhu, that was awesome. Unforgiven, awesome. Dude, I hate Whiskey in the Jar. Play Small Hours. Small Hours.
The original Whiskey in the Jar is great. Like
play So What?
The Thin Lizzy Whiskey in the Jar. But I don't mind the Metallica version, but I can live without it. I've heard it so many fucking times. If I never hear it again, I'm fine. But Astrology, people that shit on Astrology, it's like, no, go fuck your mother. Both versions are good. Blue Oyster Cult's version is great. Metallica's version is great. Two completely different songs.
But Whiskey in the Jar took the place of a better song.
I'm with you.
Like, they could have played Dyer's Eve in that spot.
I would have rather heard Frantic Tick 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 Tock than fucking Whiskey in the Jar. And I fucking hate Saint Anger.
I'm going to agree with you.
Well, because you like Saint Anger.
Madly in anger with you.
They could have played one of those fucking stupid Lulu songs.
I'd say yeah, only because I don't think they've ever played any of those live, and I would have been able to see another live debut.
Yeah.
But it would have been torturous.
But then
torturous.
Blackened, of course.
Yeah.
Fucking Moth in the Flame is so goddamn good.
Yep. One awesome.
Dude, seeing One, I want to say One was my Sunday night too. I think.
That's possible.
Maybe it was Friday. I don't remember, but I know I saw it because it was a fucking religious experience. Like that is my favorite Metallica song.
It's a good one to be a favorite.
I love the lore around it, how they bought the rights to Johnny Get Your Gun. Just visually how the music video matches up to the song so well when it's nothing but scenes from the movie. Like, well, I mean, not nothing but scenes from the movie, but the cinematic parts are scenes from the movie. And it's fucking perfect, and it perfectly encaptures the horrors of war, especially World War One. And it's just like, even though Johnny Get Your Gun was about the Civil War, if I recall correctly, it's been years since I've seen it. No, it was World War One. Never mind, I was right the first time. It perfectly encaptures the just the death and destruction of war, especially, a brutal trench war like World War One and the like. So yeah, it's a fucking perfect song and a perfect video. And god damn it, it's just the feeling of it. Like I've heard that song so many fucking times in my life, and I still get emotional hearing it. Like I don't get teary-eyed, but it makes me feel something. You know what I mean? Like I get somber listening to it. I'm like, fuck, man, like this fucking blows. And this is a guy that's never seen war, just read about it, hear about it, and told about it, and so on and so forth. But hearing that song, I would imagine if you're someone who had seen the horrors of war, that song really does fucking hit you.
And I mean, you got the haircut of Vietnam.
Well, did you
person.
see fucking I chopped it off last night. Fucking the long hair is gone.
Oh boy.
It's the second time in my life I've chopped off 9 inches. Oh!
All right, Lorena Bobbitt.
Wait, wouldn't that be John Wayne Bobbitt?
Well,
No,
she
no,
did
I
she
guess
did the
Lorena
chopping.
chopped- Yeah, all right.
So
no.
I implied that you chopped somebody else's penis off.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, rate the weekend. Like, obviously, I know the Snake Pit was cool and such,
Yeah.
but in terms of times that you've seen Metallica, take the Snake Pit out of it, but just the stage presence, the set list, the place where you saw them, the overall experience. Where does this rank up there? Because I've only seen them the once. Well, technically twice if you count both performances that weekend. But how did it rank in the echelon of Will Bozart's Metallica appearances? Because I know you've seen, how many times you've seen them now? Like maybe 8 or 10?
This was 6 and 7.
Oh, 6 and 7. Okay, I thought it was
Yeah.
more. Wait, you've only seen them. So the last year when you saw them,
That was 4 and 5.
so you'd only seen them 3 times before that?
First time was in 2003 at Veterans Stadium.
Was that like the Family Values tour?
No, that was the St. Anger. Hold on, I'll pull up the.
Because was that like
set list.
Korn and Limp Bizkit?
No, that was Limp Bizkit, Mudvayne. Was Linkin Park on that fucking thing? Tell you in a second. Blah, 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 blah. Metallica, fuck yeah. Linkin Park, Mudvayne, Deftones, Limp Bizkit. Yep, that was 2003. That set list. Now listen to this set list. Listen to this fucking set list.
I'm listening.
Give or take 2 songs. Battery, Master of Puppets, Harvester of Sorrow, Sanitarium, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Frantic, Sad But True, Saint Anger, No Remorse, Seek and Destroy, Blackened, Fuel, Nothing Else Matters, Creeping Death, One, Enter Sandman. That's a good fucking set list.
Yeah, there's 3 songs I would take off of it and replace with others, but everything else is pretty goddamn great. Dude, look, speaking of great set lists, to tear away from this just a moment, I know you're not a huge Maiden fan.
Yeah.
But they're doing the Run to the Hills tour. Or is it Run to the Hills or is it Run for Your Lives? Whatever the name of the new tour is, they just had the first night of the tour tonight. Let's see. And it was in Hungary.
Oh, so it would be over by now.
Oh, yeah, no, it's been over for a few hours. It is the Run for Your Lives tour. And they're playing everything from the first album up through Fear of the Dark. Which Fear of the Dark was 90. Let's see. I think Fear of the Dark was 90 or 90, 91. It was the last album Bruce was on before Bruce left. So it was like 91 to 93, somewhere right around in there.
The first time I listened to Fear of the Dark, I was very disappointed because the song wasn't about what I thought it would be.
Oh. But so I'm going to read these off more for the listeners than you, because I know you're not a big Maiden fan, which is unfortunate. But Ides of March opening song. Fuck yeah. It's a instrumental. It was probably it would have been played live because they would have said it was taped in if it wasn't. So Ides of March, Murders in the fucking Rue Morgue. I've seen Maiden live a bunch. I've never seen them play that. Wrathchild, Killers, Phantom of the Opera, Number of the Beast, The Clairvoyant, which is off of Seventh Son, which is a goddamn perfect record. It's my favorite Maiden record. Power Slave, 2 Minutes to Midnight, Rime of the fucking Ancient Mariner. I will shit a fucking kitten if I get to see them do Rime of the Ancient Mariner.
Now, when you click on that, does it tell you the last time they?
No, because Maiden's posting this themselves, and they're doing a different image for each song, so they're spoiling it themselves because they know spoilers are going to get out. But it's the first time in a while that they played Rime.
One of my favorite features on setlist.fm
actually, it would be on setlist.fm by now.
Yeah. One of my favorite features is when it says like first time played since 1997 or some shit like that. It's like, oh shit, they broke out a rare one.
All right, so I'm going to go back through it again. And Ides of March actually was taped in. So you got Dr. Doctor, which is their tape that they play over it's a UFO song. It's my favorite UFO song. They play it before every single Maiden show. Ides of March. And then Murders in the Rue Morgue, first performance since 2005. Okay. Wrathchild, first performance since 2017. Killers, first performance since 1999.
That's cool.
Phantom of the Opera, first performance since 2014. Number of the Beast, they play that all the time.
Yeah.
Clairvoyant, first performance since 2013. Power Slave, first performance since 2017. 2 Minutes to Midnight, first since 2019. Rime of the Ancient Mariner. I guess maybe I have seen Rime of the Ancient Mariner live because that probably was on the Somewhere Back in Time tour, which was around 2009 because it says here first performance 2009. So I'm going to guess when that was. Run to the Hills, they play all the time. Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, first time since 2014. It's one of my favorite Maiden songs. The Trooper, they play it all the time. Hallowed Be Thy Name, play it all the time. Iron Maiden, play it all the time. And then they come out to the taped audio of Churchill's famous speech, they shall go on, or we shall go on to the end. Do you know which one I'm talking about? The We Will Never Surrender speech?
Yeah.
Okay. That always...
I was just laughing that you did the voice.
Oh, well, we shall fight in the fields, we shall fight in France. That always precedes Aces High, which they play all the time. Fear of the Dark, which they play all the time. Wasted Years, which they play all the time. And then lastly, they always go off stage with the tape of Always Look on the Bright Side of Life by Monty Python. So that for first album up through Fear of the Dark is a fucking perfect set list. I don't know that it's perfect because there's stuff on there that I would like to be on there that's not on there, but I can't think of anything I would fucking remove to put it on there. So
there's no fuels.
No, God, no. Apparently that show is coming to the US next year. They're not touring Europe a ton this year. They are touring, but just not. They're doing Europe a lot, but I don't think South America or any of that's this year. North America is definitely not, because Bruce said Maiden wasn't doing any North America shows this year. That's why he's coming to do his solo shows in September. So I'm fucking stoked. If that comes here, I'm gonna lose, because I love early Maiden, and they don't play a lot of it because that was Paul Di'Anno. It wasn't Bruce. So the fact that Bruce is going out there and doing a bunch of Paul songs, and Paul was on good terms with Steve and so on and so forth at the end when he died. They had been on good terms for quite a few years now. And even like the night. All right, so they had a night off when Paul died. They didn't cancel the show or anything. They just naturally had a night off. But the night after Paul died was here, and Bruce gave a very heartfelt dedication to him from stage. Like, hey, Paul, we miss you. You were absolutely instrumental in helping get this band off the ground, and you were a very large set of shoes, which will be impossible to fill in the future. We're doing this for you. And then they played a Paul song. I don't remember which one it was, but they did play a song that Paul had sang on. And it was fucking great. Like, it was truly heartfelt from a guy that, by all accounts, comes off sometimes as being a dick, and he really didn't have that at all. Like, it was very like, hey, we were mates too. And I don't know that they were. I know that they knew each other and they were civil. I don't know how, and I know they were friendly towards each other, but I don't know how friendly they were with each other, if that makes sense. But I was just like, man, that was fucking awesome. So I liked hearing that, liked seeing that. So that Maiden set list fucking rules.
And it definitely helped Bruce's appearance.
Yeah, yeah.
And now he's doing conventions. So
dude, of course, 2 conventions have to happen while I'm in Europe or while I'm already predisposed with Prog Power or whatever, because that's happening, which Geezer's going to fucking be at too. And it's like, God fucking damn it. I have a signed Geezer book. I have a signed Bruce book, but my friend, you met her at Hell's Heroes. Suzanne, who lives in Utah, is a massive Iron Maiden fan. She has followed them around various places in the world. She's seen Maiden like 40 something times, most of them not being in this country. But she's also a massive Bruce fangirl. So she's actually going out specifically on that Friday to see Bruce and then going right back. I'm mailing her my Arion Universal Migrator Part 2 record that Bruce sang on, because of all of the Arion records that I've got, that's the one that has the most signatures on it, and it just also happens to be the one that Bruce is on. I will tell you who's on it, because once I get Bruce on it, I'm going to get it framed. It doesn't have Arion's signature on it, but my repress of it does. But this is a first press, and it is signed by Russell Allen from Symphony X, Michael Romeo from Symphony X, Damian Wilson, who he's on a lot of Arion records. He was at Prog Power last year. That's how I got him. Ian Perry, who is the lead singer for Elegy.
Oh, yeah.
From fucking great goddamn band. And
saw them at Brave Words Bloody Knuckles 2003.
Holy shit, I forgot they were there at that. They played Prog Power last year. And Fabio from Rhapsody, because he's on that album too. So I'm going to get Bruce on this, and I'm going to fucking frame it. I'll bring it down if there's other people on it that I can try to meet, but that's going to pretty much be it. Nice. And I may send my copy of Seventh Son, but I haven't decided yet. I may keep it. I think my copy of Seventh Son might actually be in the shrink, and I don't trust anyone to take a record of mine in the shrink and peel it back to get him to sign it. I'd trust you because you are very meticulous on autograph stuff, but I don't know how meticulous she would be with it. And I'm just like, I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to pay what do you think Bruce is going to be? 75 or 150 for the pair?
I don't know, man.
I mean, convention pricing better than I do. So I'm prepared to spend
convention pricing has gotten pretty wild now. So it's like somebody like Bruce, who up to this point really had no interest in interacting with fans.
Yeah, that's where the he's a dick comes off from, because you can catch Steve, you can catch Yannick, you can catch any of the guys. Nico
Steve was fucking awesome. Steve, he was fucking awesome when I met him.
But Bruce is just kind of aloof and just wants to kind of be left alone, which I mean, I get it. He gets mobbed like fucking Hetfield does, so I understand it. But I don't know. I'm planning on giving her $100 if I need to. That's kind of the plan in my head. But then that fucking same goddamn time that I'm gone is Crypticon, September 12th through 14th. literally the weekend that I'm watching Arian, and Donald Lee and James Pax, who played 2 of the 3 Storms in Big Trouble in Little China, are gonna fucking be here. And Nathan's like, dude, we gotta go. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be in the fucking Netherlands. So I'm sending him my Big Trouble in Little China comic book, which I have right there. I'm gonna send it with him. He'll get him to sign it, and I'll get it back and frame it back up again. So
If only I had that when I got Kurt Russell.
Fucking god damn it. That's Kurt Russell is my Nicholson.
Yep.
So, but what else you got? I know you got some celebrity
Yeah, got a couple dead people
announcements that you need to discuss there, Grim Reaper.
Yeah, all right. How about 3, 2, Tiger Shoe?
What celebrities died since our last show? There's only one way to know. Will Bozart will tell you. So shut up and listen.
Yeah.
What we lack in comedic entertainment, information, and knowledge, we make up with AI generated metal songs.
You didn't fucking write that?
Saved it.
Not
I
Jamie
did not.
Josta. I figured you were going to be William Matza.
Matza. Yeah. So the first dead celebrity I would like to bring up on this week's rendition of what celebrities died since our last show.
So shut up and listen. Oh, now I know what it feels like when it all comes crashing down.
And it hurts inside. Do. I'm informing you that Rick Derringer died.
Dude, did you know that he fucking collaborated a bunch with fucking Weird Al? Like he helped produce Weird Al's first like 6 albums or something. I didn't know that until earlier today when I read Weird Al had a nice post to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, did the solo on Eat It.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that too.
Yep. And the next one I would like to bring up is George Wendt. George Wendt where? George Wendt 6 Feet Under.
No.
Yep.
Being an alcoholic will do that to you.
That dude loved his IPAs.
I wonder if Norton will be at the funeral asking him really uncomfortable questions about being an alcoholic.
Yeah. You know, I can't.
They were talking about that with Garrett and Steve, and I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, boy. And now, the guy from ZZ Top, Phil Robertson. I believe he played the Duck Call in ZZ Top. No, the guy from Duck Dynasty, Dick Destiny.
Charlie Manson.
Charlie Manson, that guy. He's dead. And that closes this segment of
What celebrities died since?
Yeah, that thing.
See, you get a cool fucking metal jingle, and I get a bullshit fucking polka jingle whenever I want to talk about records, which is now.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with
Brent likes records, he buys them all the time. He posts all the good ones. His Instagram you should find at Hell Brent for Leather.
It looked like a fucking skin flute you were playing.
Hey, I've been playing that one since 3 years old.
Only one for this week. But
Brent likes record.
it's a fucking beaut.
Oh.
This is an original pressing of Pantera Power Metal, which is rare as fuck, just by itself. I used to have an original first pressing of this that was signed by Vinnie Paul to me, like in my presence. I held it in my hand and he signed it, and I no longer have it. So there's been an empty void. It came crashing down, and it really did hurt inside. But this one here is the next best thing because it's actually in better shape than the one that I had. It's still in the shrink, and it has the original insert and original lyric sleeve. which mine did not have. The original insert is an advertisement for their fan club, with instructions on how to join, and then the original lyric sleeve as well. But the cool thing about this one is I got it from one John Perez, the guitar player for Solitude Eternus, who I've had the pleasure of meeting 3 times now, I believe. Usually as the tour manager and U.S. road agent for
Candlemass.
Candlemass. And then also in seeing Solitude Eternus at Hell's Heroes last year with Williamson. And John's a cool fucking guy, always very personable to talk to and such. He remembered me because I saw it said John Eternus or John Perez Solitude or whatever his name is on Discogs. I was like, no fucking way. Then I see it shipping from Texas. I was like, holy shit, it is. So I sent him a message after I bought it and said, hey, I really appreciate it. Which I got to fucking steal on this, by the way. He was already asking pretty low for it, and I made him an offer which he accepted, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, now I actually have to pay for this thing.
Funny you should say that, because now we have on the line with us John Perez from Solitude. No, there's just
hooray! No, god damn it, I forget where my bank is of sound.
Brent.
Bank of Sounds will not bank for your people. Oh yeah, there it is. You didn't hear that? You didn't hear that?
Remember, there's a weird audio thing where I can barely hear the sound effects that you play.
Well, if that's the case.
Like I hear it in spurts. That's
well,
what you said.
It was you remember the Cookie Boy kids screaming the who wants to see it?
So it's that.
And then the other one was get your hands off my penis. I see you know your judo well. But yeah, so I got it from Perez and I said, hey, you may actually remember or rather, no, I'm sorry, I didn't preface it with that. I said, saw you at Hell's Heroes last year. I'm really good friends with Will Bozarth. He's a huge fan of yours. And he goes, oh yeah, I know Will well. Will's a great guy, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, actually, you may remember me because I'm the guy that had the really fucking cool Candlemass box set test pressing and the I Love Old Country buffet button for Mape, which is a story that I'll tell on another podcast. But he instantly remembered. He's like, oh yeah, dude, I do remember you. And Mape wore that fucking button everywhere. He loved it. So it was cool that he remembered who I was. And yeah, he wrote thanks a lot on the little thing in the box. And so I now have a record that I really needed to get replaced in my collection.
Yeah, so I started laughing at one point because I ran over to Facebook to try to find a certain picture of John Perez to pop up there. I gave up on it. But instead of searching Facebook for John Perez, I just posted John Perez. I deleted it, but I don't know.
He's going to think he's on a list or something.
List of one.
Oh, God. I'm glad I called that guy. So in my duties of running the socials and such for Satan, as I have said on previous podcasts, I'm doing what I can to try to collect as much as I can physically, both on my walls and so on and so forth, but digital things for posterity to archive and keep for the future. And I've done that a lot with a lot of the scans and stuff that I shared last time that Russ sent me over a big package of stuff, and I scanned it all into my nice new scanner, got it all in and such. Well, I put out the call to a few people that either are or know people who are live show bootleg collectors, for lack of a better term, tape traders and so on and so forth from back in the day. And that has netted me amazing results over the last couple of weeks. So not only do I now have audio of that first International Satan show that I have the signed poster for, it's not
Nice.
great audio, but I have it. It does
It's-
exist.
It's audio from the show.
Oh, 100%.
Mhm.
Also with that, I got 275 gigs of videos and audio that I have on a dedicated Google Drive
Whoa.
of Pariah, Blind Fury, Satan, and a bunch of Blitzkrieg. So, like for instance, Satan audio boots. I've got 20 different shows. 1983 Dynamo Eindhoven, Netherlands, the one I was just talking about. 11/5 1983 in Holland, 11/11 1983 in Holland, 11/12 1983 in Holland. One of those two is the source audio for the Live in the Act official bootleg that they put out several years ago. June of 84 in Holland. No, I'm sorry. April of 84 in Holland. April of 84 in Holland. August of 86 in London. June of 2013 at Sweden Rock. August of 2013 at Alcatraz Festival. April of 2014 at Black Bear Bar in Brooklyn.
Huh.
Familiar with it at all?
No.
Never heard of it until that. May of 2014 in Punt Pop, Woestwesel, Belgium. October of 2014 at the Whiskey A Go Go.
What was the bar in Brooklyn? The Blue Waffle? What?
The Black Bear Bar.
Oh.
Blue Waffle. Oh, I see you know your internet memes well. Fucking let's see. October 2014 at the Whiskey A Go Go. September 2015 at Base Regionale in France.
They closed in 2016, by the way.
Oh, so 2 years later. Okay.
The Blue Balls review.
February 2016, a hometown Newcastle show. April of 2016 in Belgium. February 2019 in Belgium. March of 2023 at Eli's Mile High Club in Oakland. April of 2023 at Dingbats in Clifton, New Jersey. I know you've been to a number of shows there, haven't you?
One.
Okay.
It's like an hour 45 north.
Oh, okay. Let's see. October 2023 at Brighton Music Hall. Or no, I'm sorry, Music Hall in Brighton, Massachusetts. And then the show that I was at back in March, Reggie's in Chicago, which I also have video of. I didn't take it. The club actually had professional video shot. It was fucking great. It was on their YouTube channel.
Nice.
And then fucking 13 video boots. So there's a cool documentary on YouTube called Metal School. And then I've got a song from 1982, or I'm sorry, not a song. It's like 15 minutes from 1982. Dynamo Open Air 86, another Dynamo show in 86, a German, I believe German, TV documentary that's like 25 minutes long from 96. And then a bunch of random shows from 2011 up through 2025 at various festivals and clubs and so on and so forth. I got a Pariah video boot from 88 that I watched yesterday. It was fucking awesome. And then Blind Fury boot, two Blind Fury boots, actually, one from 84 and one from 85, both in Holland. They played a lot of fucking shows in Holland. I've got 6 Blitzkrieg audio boots from 2006, 2007, 2009, 2011, 2018, and 2024. And then video boots, I've got 9. I've got a sweet video from Newcastle, which is a hometown show for them too, from 2015. And it's a Time of Change's 30th anniversary set. And it's fucking great. Fucking Gary Young from Avenger comes out and plays drums for a bit. It's good shit. They play pretty much the entire album, and it's a fantastic album. Nice. But yeah, dude, I came into this and I organized it. I went through and all of the audio was sent to me via FLAC file. So they're all looseless audio. or lossless audio rather.
Mm-hmm.
And then the video, some of the stuff I pulled down off of YouTube, so it's not great quality, but it's stuff that wasn't in this. It's stuff that I sourced otherwise. But the video stuff that was sent to me the video and audio, all of this stuff came from Eastern Europe.
See, if I had known that, if you had known that you would wind up being like the archivist of Satan, I would have recorded the Philly show, so you could have added it to that.
That would have been awesome. But I mean, how would it have been on your phone?
Good.
Okay. I was gonna say, it seems like for some of the newer shows, at least, they were either professionally filmed by the festival or the show, or a fan that had really good recording equipment, like a good mic and a good camera or phone or whatever it was that they were using. But it's cool because the video files were all sent over like as a DVD file. So you have to have DVD playing software on you can't just open it in fucking Windows Media Player or whatever.
Right.
And so I took it and I downloaded a software called, what's it called? Like Handlebar or Handbrake. That's it. And I converted it all from DVD to lossless MKV. So one of the I think the Blind Fury show. Let's see. The one Blind Fury show I've got is fucking almost 12 gigs. But there was one show in particular that I grabbed. Maybe it's the Pariah show. Let's see. Yeah, the Pariah show is almost 20 gigs. And it's from 1988. But I mean, I'll show you an example of kind of what. I'll just do it this way. Forgot I can just share shit in here. I don't have to share screen. Oh, I am gonna have to share screen. It doesn't like what I was doing. So let's see, share screen. And this here.
Can't hear it.
Can you hear it?
No.
That's weird. It shouldn't be muted. I don't have the ability to unmute it or mute it. Huh. I don't know. But it you can't hear it at all?
No. I hear like distorted.
Okay. I mean, it's kind of distorted. It's not crystal clear audio by any stretch of the imagination. But it's,
you know what? If you have noise reduction activated, maybe that's what's doing it.
Maybe I do. Let's see. Audio, echo cancellation, reduce mic background noise. Turn both of those off. How can you hear me right now? Do I sound all right?
Okay, yeah.
All right, let's try this.
Now I hear myself bouncing back. Oh boy.
Hold on. I'll turn that off. Calm down.
Oh boy.
Echo cancellation. What about now?
Ooh. Hey. Okay, I'm gone.
All right. Now, I did reduce mic background noise. I turned that off. So let's see if this works. That was Michael Jackson right there. Hello, Michael Jackson.
He looks about how I expected him to look.
Same shade of white. But yeah, dude, I mean, to be a fucking bootleg that's 37 years old, I'll fucking take it. I sat here and watched the whole thing yesterday. It's fucking an hour and a half. It's awesome.
I used to trade VHS bootleg tapes around and go to flea markets and find people that just sold bootleg concerts. Ladies and gentlemen, before YouTube, you had to get VHS tapes of concerts. And if if a band that you liked wasn't very popular, if a band that you liked
Keep talking.
wasn't very popular, you'd have to go around the internet, try to find specific people that specialized in these bands. And that's the only way you could see live footage of these bands. It was like finding gold. And now every shitty band is on YouTube. Everybody's concert is on YouTube immediately after the show. Some of the things are live streamed. We didn't have that back in our day. I'm an old man now, and that's how finding bootlegs used to be.
So I was talking about the live shows from November of 83. This just says Dynamo Club, November of 83. It doesn't say what night it was recorded. Let's see if it says anywhere. Yeah, it just says November 83, mixed straight to 2-track stereo via the house desk. So this is a recording of the soundboard, but this is in that audio bootleg thing that I have. So if it says at the Dynamo Club, this would have to be Satan Audio Boots. All right, so if it's at the Dynamo Club, this is 11/12/83. Now, this recording sounds, I mean, it's mixed to a 2-track tape, but it's coming directly from the soundboard. So the mics and so on and so it's picking up what the mics are playing. This is a bootleg Blitzkrieg in Holland that was recorded the night before.
Oh,
this is a crowd recording. It sounds like ass.
Right.
Audit, because I'm a completist. I had them sign it. I had no shame in doing so. Sean was like, that's not official, right? I said, yeah, I know. It's officially mine, but I know it's not official. But yeah, so, and I have them all on Live in the Act as well. But yeah, it's funny because he hates that exists. But
Yeah.
That's a fucking cool that's a cool cover. Like, that's just a cool picture of Brian. I like that a lot. And I'd kill to have one of those old school logo Satan shirts. I mean, I have a repress, but I'd love to have an original.
I'm sure one's out there somewhere.
Yeah, I saw one on eBay, but I don't think it was real.
Oh, really?
I think it was from like 15 years ago, so I didn't buy it. But I'm kicking myself because there was a fuck you tank top, which who was wearing it? It was Graham. It was Graham or Steve, I can't recall which, was just wearing it in the video that I showed. And it says fuck you on the front because that's the name of a song off of the Dirt demo / Into the Future EP. And one sold on eBay 6 months ago. And it slipped my mind and I forgot to bid on it. I was watching it and it sold for like $75. And I was like, God damn it.
That's the cost of one shirt nowadays.
Yeah. So I wish I would have, and it looked like it was pretty much brand new. I mean, it looked like it had been almost never worn. But the other, you'll have to pardon me. So I've kind of showed off some of my stuff, but so there's my signed one from the February of '83. But that right there is so there's a Pariah one and the handwritten log of all the shows that I showed last time. But the big poster right there, that's from the last show that they ever did as Satan in 1987 before they changed their name to Pariah. And there's a guy that I'm going to be meeting up with in the Netherlands that was at that show and has a recording of it. But he's like 60 and he doesn't know how technology works. So he's just like, I was going to try to have my kids fix it for me, blah, blah, blah. But he says, he's got until then to do it. And if not, he may just fucking give me the tape. But I'll have another one to add to the collection. And I mean, who knows what fucking quality it is. I don't know that he's the one who recorded it or if someone else recorded it. And this is a recording of a recording of a recording. But I know he was at that show. because he's the one that fucking helped me track down the set list for it, which is on setlist.fm. And it's funny because Key to Oblivion is like the 9th song they played or whatever, and then their encore is Key to Oblivion. And I was like, there's an error here. He goes, no, there's not. They played it twice. I said, why? And he goes, because we demanded a fucking encore out of them that they weren't prepared for. So they just came back out and played that song again.
That's funny.
And even said that from stage, like, oh, we wasn't expecting to play an encore, so we're gonna play this one again, which would have been badass because that's my favorite Satan song. So, and I've never seen them play it live, but yeah. So,
well, what you should do is force them to. You know the guys now, so you'd be like, "Hey, come on, come on, come on."
It wasn't a song that Brian sang on.
So,
buddy, when I saw him in Iowa, year and a half ago, whenever it was that I saw them with Venom Inc., it was a double booked show at a barbecue restaurant.
Ugh.
It was Corrosion of Conformity,
nice,
and some band they were touring with, and then Venom Inc. and Satan. Like, it shouldn't have happened, but it did.
It's crazy.
And it was awesome. And there was a guy out in the crowd screaming, "Blind Fury! Blind Fury!" Brian's like, "That wasn't me. Come on, fucking Blind Fury!" And he's like, "It wasn't fucking me." And I could try to convince them to play Key to Oblivion because of the fact that on the bonus LP for Cruel Magic, I had to look and see which record it was that came in the box set. Yeah, it's Cruel Magic.
Why don't they pull a Candlemass and do like some re-recordings?
So on Cruel Magic, there's an LP of demos and stuff like that. And there's like The Fall of Persephone that was done as a song, I want to say called like The Goat and the Scorpion or something another like that. But it's that song done specifically as an instrumental, even though it's like 9 minutes long, before they put words to it and changed it to Fall of Persephone. There's a fucking cool, they don't play the whole thing, but they play like the first minute and a half of Mars Bringer of War by Holst, which is basically the riff that Brian Tatler ripped off to write Am I Evil? And I mean, he's freely said it. He's just like, oh yeah, Am I Evil is 100% Holst. It is the beginning of Mars Bringer of War. But they also do, there's some demos from that album as well, but one of the non-album demos that they do is Brian actually does Into the Future. And so I might be able to convince them to do it because they do from time to time pull out Oppressor or Kiss of Death, which are pre-Brian demo songs. Whereas Key to Oblivion is post-Brian demo songs. So it's from 86. Whereas Oppressor and all right, so let's see. Oppressor would have been 81, and Kiss of Death would have been 80, late 82 or early 83. I forget because Court in the Act came out in 83. No, Court in the Act came out in 84. So Kiss of Death would have been 83. Never mind. It's on the 7-inch, but as well as I believe Into the Fire demo was just basically demos for Court in the Act. So yeah, it would have been 80, 83, early 83, late 82 is when Kiss of Death would have come out. And that was with Kiss of Death would have been Swifty, and Oppressor would have been Trev. So not Brian songs, and they do them every once in a while. So
him saying "not my song" that doesn't count. That doesn't.
Well, I think also they try to forget that Blind Fury exists, because Blind Fury was like the sellout easy metal album. Like it screams 1985, which is unfortunate because fuck, it's so good. I mean, it's the best Dokken album that Dokken never put out. And I love shit like that. Like, I hate glam, but I really like some hair metal. Like, Dokken's fucking great.
Pantera album you just showed.
Yeah, fucking power metal's Pantera's. And everybody's like, oh, I don't like the glam albums. This is not the glam albums. Those are the Terry Blaze albums, the 3 before it, which were Projects in the Jungle, I Am the Night, and Metal Magic. Those albums, I could take them or leave them. I'm not the world's greatest fan of them. Power Metal's the greatest fucking album Pantera ever did.
Like every other Saturday, I could go down to a sports bar in Maryland and see the original Pantera singer play with his bar band. I just haven't gone. It would be like an hour and a half drive.
Do they do any of the old school Pantera songs that he was on?
I don't know what they play.
Because I would go fucking see that.
Yeah, I have no idea what they play.
You ought to do that just to take a picture of him with shoes on and tweet it at Phil Anselmo.
Well, I mean, if I get a picture with him, then I'd have a picture with both him and Phil.
Yeah, or Shoeless Hates Black's son.
Yeah, that's why he's awesome.
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
So Phil Anselmo loves the Twilight Zone. So when I met him, I showed him my Twilight Zone tattoos, and I got a nice Rod Serling portrait here. And Phil said to
Hitler,
me,
according to
no,
what? No, that's Vincent Price.
So Phil looked at my Rod Serling tattoo and goes, "Rod Serling's my favorite Jew." Like, mine too, Phil.
Don't let your grandma hear that. From beyond the grave. Oh, and since we'll have him on eventually because we've talked about it and such, but that's for you, Gino. That's for you.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Rod Serling, so he served in World War II, and
he was a World War Jew.
Yeah. So he served in World War II, and when he got out of the military, in order to treat his PTSD, he became a writer and created the Twilight Zone. So the thing that triggered his PTSD, him and a couple of his army friends or whatever were standing around talking when all of a sudden one of them exploded in front of him. Like, I guess there was a missile or fucking something that...
Oh, so it wasn't like spontaneous combustion.
No. So that left him pretty fucked up. So thanks to Rod Serling's friend exploding, we got the Twilight Zone.
Well, buddy, that's all I've got.
Say war's bad.
No. Johnny,
I got nothing else.
All right. Well, go fuck yourselves, everybody. Go fuck yourselves, everybody.
You want me to click it?
Let's try it again. Go fuck yourselves, everybody.
Eating a meal, a succulent feast. This is my crime, oh what a beast. Why do you charge me for what I feel? Is it wrong to enjoy a Chinese meal? Now as I bid you my farewell, know this tale that I'm here to tell. Innocence stripped away so fast, a humble man's dreams at last.